Okay. Did you hear that? Watch your language. We're gonna call to order the Georgetown Divide Public Utility District Finance Committee meeting. Today is January 22nd, 2026, and the time is 2:01. Let's do a roll call
Member Miller.
here.
Member Hellick. Here. Member Goring.
Here.
Director Stovall.
Present.
Director Saunders.
Present. Okay, yeah, let's do a pledge of allegiance. Steve, would you like to lead us this time? Certainly would.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, first order of business is the adoption of the agenda. Did everybody get a chance to read that? We good with it? Good, okay. We take a motion to adopt the agenda?
I make a motion, we adopt the
Public
agenda.
comment? Is there any public here?
There's one public.
Okay, do we have public comment on the agenda? I think Cherie is the only person present.
I would say no.
Okay, hearing no comments, do we have a motion?
I make a motion, we approve the agenda.
Second,
I second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Next item on the agenda is public forum. Do we have any public comments? Hearing none, let's move to approval of the minutes for the special meeting that we had on November 19th, 2025. Did you get a chance, colleagues, to review the minutes? Okay, any comments? Review?
No.
Nope. Okay.
Looks good.
Any public comments? Okay, hearing none. Can we get a motion to approve the minutes from the November 19, 2025 special meeting?
Make a motion, we approve the.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, next item on the agenda, finance reports. Jessica?
These are the financial reports ending December 31st. So all of the remaining budget items typically would be at around 50%, as close as we can get to them. However, keep in mind that a lot of our big ticket items are paid in the beginning of the year in full. And if you have any questions, on the regular monthly financials, I can take your questions now.
I don't have any questions on the financials themselves, and I guess we'll pick this up with the next action item when we start talking about and proposed budget amendment, but are we running pretty close?
We're doing pretty good. The March bill will, utility billing with the new rates implemented will be a good indicator. Because we're still below the suggested rate increases, suggested rate increases. Skating the fine line, but we'll see.
Well, that's okay. Any comments, colleagues?
I have a few questions.
Robert?
On the PERS UAL, there's 3% left in most all the departments. Do we expect any more expensive?
Nope,
in that?
we paid that in full.
That's all.
It was
paid in
less
full?
than what we thought it was gonna be.
So that's all paid in full.
Yes. We
yeah.
paid that in July.
Yeah, and on the retirement expenses, there's some significant differences between departments. For example, retirement expenses in 5,200, there's, we spent 22%, while in 5,100 is 66%. Is that because of part-time staff? I'm just kind of
It's based on salary.
based on salaries? Okay,
Pretty much like when you look, when we move on to the next item,
yeah,
all of the salary and benefits are all based on salary. And that's how we budget also.
okay.
Typical overtime budgeting is between 5 and 10% of salaries.
Okay.
So those are kind of a moving target in the beginning of the year because we try to guess. There's a system of step increases and longevities, and we know where everyone lies in that formula. So we can guesstimate, but with the movement that's been happening, where people are moving up from maintenance into distribution, and then we hire
Okay,
new people, it's a moving target when you have movement
so
within
you're
the
moving
company.
people out of the various.
Yeah, so some people are
Okay, got it.
moving up the ladder in the district, and then we hire people at the lowest rate possible. It changes the fluctuation of what we budgeted.
And the cost of health insurance is the same thing as as a committee, we made a recommendation almost a year ago, and now we have new staff with different dependents, and so, like you said.
But the district only pays for the employee,
Okay,
so whatever they elect, they're paying that extra out of pocket, other than the vision.
cause I'm just looking at different departments, and it was budgeted to one amount, and what's left varies with department. And I guess that is that moving the targets.
It's people moving from department to department.
Mhm.
And
Okay,
also-
then that makes sense. Okay.
And also new employees coming in, I think, right?
Yeah, so typically people don't change classifications unless they're gonna get a pay increase. They're trying to move themselves up the company ladder. And then when their position becomes vacant, we try to hire people at entry level rates.
Right.
So let's just say one person's making $50,000 a year. And then we move them into another department where they're now making $55,000 a year, but that new person that comes in is now making $32,000 a year. So there's a slight increase for them, but really it's decreasing for the district. And whoever left that other position probably could have potentially made more than what this person's moving into. It's a moving target. So you'll see that there's on the next item, it'll explain it a little bit more.
And also in the report here, it talks about the LIRA program. That year to date, there's been no expenses.
I put it in, that's journal, because the system doesn't automatically move money from property tax revenue and water into the LIRA program. We have to do journal entries. So it's on my to-do list, but with the new
Okay.
ERP system,
Yeah.
it's in, the exact number is in the next item.
It is, okay. Thanks.
Yes.
Thank you very much. That's,
I saw that too, and I was like, oh, I forgot to do those.
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Normally that happens during the billing cycle.
That's enough for now. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Good question. So, grants, I didn't see grants in the new, this one here. It just,
Grant revenues
yeah, it just has capital reserve fund. I don't see grants.
in the water fund, it's on the first page. 100-0000-42102.
So it's new.
We haven't received any water fund grants. Most of our grants come through capital projects.
Right,
And that one is on page 4 of 9 towards the top. 111-0000-42102. And we've received $226, $226,101.25.
right. I see that. So it just switched around. It was in a different place now. And, so we do have original budget of 5 million.
We were awarded grants, we just haven't received a check for them yet. Like the awards, like we've been promised the grant.
Yeah, so I mean, I wouldn't budget a grant. I would still keep it at 0 because you can be awarded a grant and never receive it. And if we don't receive it, it shows up negative
I
at
agree.
the end of the year. So maybe that's one thing to consider. Like grants are,
That would be a great
Promise.
thing to bring up at
Yeah.
the budget.
so I'll bring that up in
meetings
the
for
next
board.
part. And the other thing is, we did talk about, just to remember on the grant sheet that we have, to remember to add that extra column for, grant funding received. So we do
Mhm.
that kind of.
I think Nick's
ties
aware of
into
that.
Yep. That is all I have.
I guess a big word more comment. The system that's online that presents all this information has changed. And I really like it. I can make that switch up at the top and take all this information and put it into my own Excel sheet and do my own percentages and summaries. It's such a more useful presentation of the documents than it has been in the past. I had trouble copying and pasting and so on. I really like this system. It's
Is that the
That's it.
doc access?
the doc access or whatever it is. There's
I think you can change it to like ADA. Like the change the formatting, so it takes pictures, takes all the pictures and graphs out and stuff, and it's just text.
Yeah, it's not PDF.
Good, I'm glad.
Yeah, I like it, so.
It's our ADA compliance software that we had to purchase.
It's the new
So it's senior friendly too.
Save us from a lawsuit, yeah. It converts every document into reading, like visually impaired can read it through the program, ADA compliant. So it'll name pictures, it'll say picture of dam, or, you know, like if there's graphics, it makes everything ADA compliant, so
Right.
we're compliant
On the website.
on the website.
Well, when we give, on the website, when it gives the agenda for today's meeting.
Right.
There's the part that actually is all of this.
Right.
And when you click, switch up at the top, it turns it from this into a text where you can download it into documents. That's,
Nice.
and so I'm able to manipulate it and
I just learned.
make
something.
notes and highlight things in yellow and
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Well, I was on the website this morning and I didn't see the switch at the top and then I learned something.
Yeah,
That's
check
good.
that out.
Yeah, good.
And then once we go live with our new OpenGov software, all of the budgeting items you'll have logins and you'll be able to click and open invoices and see check numbers and detail. It'll all be in there.
Excellent.
You'll only have view-only access, but you'll be able to dive down into every financial document.
Excellent. Okay. Any other comments regarding item 5, informational items in the financials? Good. Okay, let's move to item 6. Yes, yes. Public comment. I'm sorry, Sheree.
I had my hand up. Check number 1790 for the Site Logic. I don't see the indication anywhere where that, because I asked this before the board approved that at the last board meeting or the December board meeting, where the money is coming from. And I see nothing in there, so that means your budget's probably over 500,000 over budget, because it's coming out, I'm assuming, out of the water fund.
You'll know more at the next meeting.
I know you guys keep saying that, but it's like, how do you pay a bill without actually indicating where the money came from? And it's not in the budget. And it's not on your budget adjustment form either, and you've already paid it. So no answer?
Well,
I mean,
you're putting me on the spot, so I'm just trying to look at the CIP.
well, it's a large figure.
Wasn't it the solar CIP project?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's coming out of the CIP budget.
Okay, because that wasn't on the staff report, and I even asked that question at the time. Okay, my other question is, why do the check numbers go from 1838 and then skip all the way to 2696?
Because we misprinted checks and we had to destroy them.
All misprinted. Okay. All right, that's my questions.
Thank you. Anything based on those comments? And let's move to action item number 6, 6-month review of the adopted budget and proposed amendment. Well, seems to me when I went through this, the biggest singular item is the software questions you talked about.
I'm trying to pull it up. Hold on one second. You want to reference page numbers?
Well, I think that was just a summary. That's the biggest one that we have. But did you want to go through each department? As far as the increase, it looks like, from what I can see here, you've got allocations with regard to the dump truck. The replacement or the rebuild of the engine on that, as well as the rental costs. Which just ballpark figure to me looks like about $100,000. Between the rental costs and the repair, and then you allocate it across the various departments. That was one big ticket item. The other big ticket item was the software. It came in, and that software, from what I understand, you talked about ADA compliance, and I guess that is what part of that software cost is, which is and then you had an increase in general liability insurance. And those seem to be the biggest ticket items that I saw. And so you're looking at a budget increase, proposed budget increase of $295,000.
Yes.
Sounds good. So you got about $100,000 into a truck, you got about another $100,000 into software, and then the remaining portion relates to, goods and services. There's $45,000 there. There's some capital expenditures here for the, that's part of the dump truck there too, so. And then general liability policies, which increased. Now, it seems to me when I went back through the budget and looked at the insurance costs, I just think we probably missed that, because prior years it was like 106,000, and then we, for whatever reason, put it down to 79,000. Now it's back to 106 or thereabouts. Did we have a different insurer?
It's changes that were made after we as a committee and we as a board made the budget. We all went, or some of us went to a aqua conference recently, and we got the explanations that.
It just looked to me like we missed it in the budget when we originally proposed the budget, so it's really not. Yes, it's an amendment, but it looks like we probably should have kept it at the number what it previously was, but.
For example, the amount that health insurance went up is something that was unknown at the time. But
Well, and like the auto and general liability, we have a lot of new vehicles now, so the insurance went up.
The only reason I raise that is so when we're working on the budget for next year. We've always cut this very, very close. And if you have, it seems to me you've cut it so close that there isn't any fat in there and things break down. $100,000 for a dump truck basically was a missed cost. And we had no cushion in there at all to really do that. So we had to come back in, and now we're at the point where we have to amend the budget. So I guess the conversation next time should be, should we put some type of cushion in or some type of reserve for unintended issues? Director Saunders.
As you put things that are outside the cost of service, increase the rate. So that's just something to consider. So
Right.
just, we do have operations and maintenance, and there is reserves built in. So as long as we don't go above what the expected reserves are, because usually Adam will provide what he thinks. So we can question him to bring in more information on like the electric vehicles. Do we need to add more of a number there in operations based on that as well? So that's a good point. We just don't want to have operations creep.
Yeah, agree, absolutely. No, absolutely. This is the second, maybe third year in a row, I don't know, that we've had to amend the budget. And it just, coming from where I came from, you know, you basically want to hit your budget so that every year, and I'm sure that's what our intent was too. And it's just sometimes you have unintended things. Maybe the best way to do it is to, as we say, just amend the budget, discuss these issues. Steve?
I agree with you. I mean, in all my budgeting cycles in my life, I always left something as a cushion. I mean, because you know you're gonna get a cushion that you have to deal with, like the truck. Maybe not like the truck, because the truck was a lot of money. But, you know, whatever it is, I mean, you know, you can sit here at the beginning of the year and you can build a budget. But if you basically put it at every penny and dime that's you expect, you're in for a problem, because you're always gonna get things that you don't expect. And that's where, you know, if you put it somewhere as exactly the place where you would come and take monies that you didn't expect for that, then it's already still in your budget, and it doesn't look like at the end of the year you overran by $100,000 or $90,000 or $25,000. I mean, it looks like, you know, anybody that would, at my house, I don't build a budget in my year without some cushion, because there's always something unexpected coming along. You know, and so, you know, bottom line is, I'm with you. I think that when you build the budget, you build cushion. And it's a cushion that has to be approved by the committee or the board, you know, the committee first probably, and then the board. But it doesn't scramble the whole budget for the rest of the year. So that's my 2 cents worth.
And that amount is in reserves, correct? And so when we look at the budget next year, if we used X amount of dollars out of reserves this year, then it's reflected in next year. I mean, if the ditch washes out, that wasn't budgeted. But we look at that expense and we can either go with a budget amendment or include it in replacing that in next year's reserve. The classic example of that is we didn't get property taxes for a year because somebody died. It just didn't happen. And same thing with the mosquito file.
Right.
That we had to pull money from reserves and so on, but we were able to recover that in the next budget. Does that help clarify?
Oh, absolutely. No, absolutely. I just wanted to open it up for discussion
Good.
because my last organization, you didn't hit your budget, too bad, you're cutting. All right, I don't care where you cut, but you're cutting. And you know, I just want to be mindful for everybody in the community that, look, we're trying to do the best we can here, and sometime I raise the issue of, you know, it's like the rainy day fund that they talk about. You know, it's something to have there in case something happens, versus just going in and saying, look, here's what it is, and then all of a sudden you miss your budget, and it's like, too bad, you're gonna start laying people off. And I went through that, so
Good point.
it's just a comment. Yes.
For us, remember, budget is our guideline, so we don't have to hit it exactly, but we do have reserves, so.
Right.
The cushion is in the reserves, and anything that we spent this year, that's something we wanna make sure we reflect in the budget to build back the reserves, anything we take down, and that's where we look at our investment and stuff to cover that, so. So I would make sure we keep the cushion in the reserve, as opposed to if a truck's 50,000, we don't add 10,000 as a cushion.
Okay.
That would be my
Yeah.
recommendations.
No, software licensing that's legally mandated,
To have an.
the new
account for
software,
it?
the new software license that we purchased. The extra $100,000, that was legally mandated?
I need to know where you're seeing that.
Okay, I'm looking at,
What fund are you in, or
Yeah.
department?
hang on.
You're in 5,600?
Yeah, let's talk about the doc access website, ADA compliance.
Doc access and then the express evaluation software, 5,600.
I don't see it. Oh, doc access. That was $4,800 for the year.
I must have missed something there. Software licenses. All right, I'm looking at the line across, 5,600. And we're asking for a budget amendment of $107,000.
I don't think that's correct.
It's your biggest ticket item that I saw.
What page is that?
I'm looking at page 13.
Yeah, that can't be correct, because when you look at the detail on the page below, the breakout of what is in the software licenses, it's like 50,000. And I also think that I don't have access to Encode on this computer. But the OpenGov ERP software, we budgeted 55,000 and it was only 46,000 for the year. So I don't think that's supposed to be added. I've highlighted it to double check it.
And all right, and that's on the budget amendment. That's your largest ticket item. New software, $107,000.
I think this number should be 8646. So
I
it's
see
up.
what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, I see it. I
See.
see what you're talking about right here.
Can I make a comment? I believe
Yeah.
that's for the new accounting software.
Yes, it is.
Well, that
Right.
was budgeted for.
Yeah, two separate things.
I'll double check that. I can't look it up right now.
Okay. It just, on the budget amendment. The
I know,
large,
I see what you're saying.
large
That's
ticket.
the amount is incorrect. Cause what I have on the detail. Like this part, this breakout
Yeah.
Yeah,
that you have, it shows all the software licenses and. I think that. It still wasn't 100,000, but it's about. $14,131 total amendment for that budget item.
well, then that's considerably less than.
Yeah.
What the amendment's asking for. So now the amendment. 14,000 versus 107, you're looking at. Let's say closer to 200.
Well, the
Am I right?
total amended budget would be 150,451. I don't know where that number came from. It must be a typo.
Okay, so
I'll have to look.
I'm just trying to get what the bottom line number that the amendment is. What is the amount actually being asked for?
Look at this. That's where that is just a staff report amendment. This is the actual detail from the budget. So if you go to
Which
this
page is
part,
that?
5,600. I'll have to add page numbers next time too.
Okay.
this is. It says 5,600 down below.
This one here, okay, it's just even bigger than.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, but it's not just, this isn't just 5,600, this is the entire increase from all pages, right?
No,
No.
you can see it says right next to
Okay.
the description, which department it's.
I see, okay, I got it, okay. I see, okay. Just bear with me.
True.
Yeah, it's gotta be a formula error because. I do see on the actual, on this page.
Hmm.
It says amended budget. 107,000,
Right,
but. That 188,659 isn't in the breakdown anywhere.
okay,
I mean, it is, but these numbers don't add up to 188. Current projections, 188, so it should, yeah, the formula is not, it's supposed to be subtracting. The adopted budget amount, Cause I'm showing the adopted budget amount as 136, not 88. Or 8820. So it's about 14,000.
Okay,
I'll update that and send it back out to the committee. That's
I just wanna know what the amount is that you're actually asking for an amended budget, that's all.
14,000.
Not just for that item, the
Just for-
total amount.
For the whole, all the different.
Total amount
Yeah.
is closer to 200,000 as opposed to 300,000.
Let me see if I can just update it. I have to find it, because all I have access to right now is
You
PDF.
guys following me?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
I know what you're saying. It's-
Because we can bring this back in February. It doesn't need to happen at the February board meeting.
I'm
I-
talking about. This
I
is
don't
what
see
they're
it.
asking
This is
for.
what they're asking for, but if this number's wrong and it's
Yes.
really 14,000, you're looking for
A lot.
a lot less.
Yes, I see what you're saying.
That's all.
And it's not.
I would propose that that's what we do. Can we bring this back up in February?
Yeah.
I wanna make sure it's right.
Me too.
It's
and I
better
was
than just trying to
late
do
at
it now
night
on the
to
fly.
Get the packet out or, I don't
Okay,
know. Let's stay somewhere.
so if we can, my proposal is that we just go ahead and move that item issue to February.
I just have one addition.
Yes, sir.
The capital improvement budget, we always have 5 million, which is the 5-year budget.
Mhm.
As opposed to the year.
Yeah,
It hasn't been updated,
Okay.
so it was just gonna bring up a bunch of questions.
All right, yeah, so if we can
Cause I'm not exactly sure where we are with all of those
Oh,
Okay.
okay, this-
projects.
right.
All right, it's
Um,
closer to 203.
okay,
on
It's
that.
been a little busy over here.
that's good. Okay, yes, sir.
I thought I heard you say that the request for the amended budget was in the neighborhood of 154,000. Is that what you said?
I mean, the sheet is wrong. So the budget change on this sheet is 295, but it really should be,
203, something like that.
yeah, something like that.
Let's, instead of
So
back
where-
of the envelope, I would say propose. Move this till February.
Okay, can
I
I,
wanna make sure it's right. Go ahead.
Yeah.
one more comment?
Sure.
In looking at the cost of service that was approved by both the committee and the board. The way I looked at it is that I looked at the expenses, no, the revenue generated from the budget and all the water funds. And I increased that by 4%, thinking that that's the equivalent of 8% in a calendar year versus a fiscal year. And that comes up to about $150,000, 146. I assume that's where some of this money to amend the budget is gonna come from.
And we'll have 2 months of increased irrigation water too.
Yeah.
And the property taxes were higher than we budgeted for.
I just wanted to have that
Back on
there.
there.
Where are we gonna get this money? And that's one place that as a committee and as a board, we can say,
Right.
well, that's there.
Do you know what those numbers are? The increased property tax, the increased irrigation? I mean, what are we? Do we
Yeah.
have an idea of what we might be expecting?
Oh, it's in January.
Okay,
And we cashed, the check cleared. It's in the bank.
okay. I'm just curious how much of,
Was it in
you know,
December?
what that contribution is gonna be.
No, I think it was January.
What I did is I looked at all the water fund
One
rate
thing-
bases from, multifamily institutions and government. And took those half a dozen items and put the rate increase on those. But is that kind of inappropriate?
Yeah, it'll be an increase for 6 months. Cause we started the increase January 1st.
Right. Which, yes, we haven't seen in any budget reports yet.
No, we'll see it in
Right.
March.
Yeah.
And then we do have a large check coming at the end of this month. So that'll help things too. But we also get the second half of the property tax revenue in May,
Okay,
and that'll also be
More than-
more than we expected. If the first one's more than we expected, then the second one will also be a little bit higher. So the total property tax amount was higher.
so that's information that'll be available to the committee at the next meeting in regard to the increase in property.
And depending on next year too, we have to keep in mind those 23 parcels that we annexed into the district. That's
Yeah.
is about $60,000 in increased property tax revenue
Next year,
next year.
that will show up next year.
Mhm.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't seem like a lot, but that's a truck.
Yeah.
It's an engine. It's a
Almost,
dump truck engine.
almost a dump truck engine.
Yeah, not even a fancy.
Yeah, well, things happen.
So am I hearing that we're tabling the discussion of this
Yeah, I
item?
think so.
till,
Yes.
Till there's more information?
Till February when we get finalized numbers, rather than trying to decide on the back of the envelope what the right number is.
Alright.
So, and also have an opportunity to look at some of these other increases in revenue coming. Okay.
Well, and this was a rough draft too. So it's moved again.
Okay.
Since this was printed.
Okay.
So I don't, also for zone CIP, I don't think most of those projects are gonna get completed this year, so. That money's not accounted, I mean, it's accounted for, but it can go back into the general zone fund. So that's another. $60,000.
You said something about the UAL, it's all paid up, right?
July, we pay it in July,
Oh, we pay it in July.
in full for the fiscal year.
Okay.
Mhm. And they tell us what that is, they have this
Okay.
formula.
Mhm.
And it all depends on how old like what the ages of your staff are, how long they've worked for the district, what departments they're in.
I thought I heard you say there was excess in that or not,
No.
less than we thought it would be, did I miss?
It was
that?
less than we calculated, so
Okay,
we
so
normally
there'll be
raise
some-
it like 7%.
Okay. So there'll be some excess,
So for the next 2 years, it will be lower.
that's good. It's nice when things are lower.
It's unexpected.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can move to item 7 if we think we're done with 6. I know.
Public input?
Yeah,
It was tabled.
Table, so,
Yeah.
alright, just checking.
I was, maybe this is included in the thing, but I was looking at the report on the optimized investment partners. And it's just a thought, because I don't know anything about taxing of a public entity. But I see we've got 24% of our investments are in CDs. And treasuries are not subject to state tax. CDs are. And I don't, at least from a personal business standpoint,
We're nonprofit.
so it doesn't matter.
It's irrelevant.
Irrelevant, okay. I was just, the comment I was gonna make is perhaps move some of that into treasuries, but doesn't matter, doesn't matter. Thank you very much. Just a thought.
Yep.
Okay, as far as my additional comments, can we get a meeting calendar?
Sure.
Last year we had a meeting calendar just so I could plug in the meetings. Dates, I pretty much know when they are, but I think in this position, I think I'm supposed to attend the board meetings, and I'm not sure when the board meetings are unless I go on the website. And I saw I just missed the one last week, so that, I'm
The
just
website needs to be up.
oblivious to that. That was my next question. The website does need to be updated. There's a lot of old information on there that is not, to me, it's not current, not relevant, and it's probably best that somebody should just kind of go through it. As well as there are some things that need to be put in. For example, I didn't see the last audit report and so forth, which is my last comment. Did we
Fiscal
have
year 24.
24 is not in? Audit report, it ends with 23, so 24 is not in, and I assume we have an audit report coming in for 24, 25.
Yeah, I'm completing the management discussion and analysis right now. There were some suggestions from the CPAs to elaborate more on some certain, I'm not rolling my eyes. Elaborate more, so I am going through it, it's like 8
Okay.
pages, and I'm elaborating on, you know, net revenues and expenses, and then it'll be done, and the auditor will put it, he's done. The audit is done.
Okay, good.
It's just me that's holding everything up.
Okay. I just was wondering when it's coming in.
I was hoping to have it available for this meeting, and then they sent it back to me and said I need to make more analysis
Okay.
discussion, which I do. I'm all about constructive criticism.
Yes, sir.
So one is, are all of our irrigation and finance committee meetings up? Cause those have to be on the website too.
No, they're not.
We have that one master calendar. I thought we updated that.
We'll get it updated.
It's
Yeah,
not.
I thought I put it on there, sorry. We're in transition right now of
That's fine.
whose job is what job.
And then.
That's fine.
That's
That's fine.
I guess to hate to add more work, but if our executive assistant can, also when we get notice of our meetings to notice the chairs of the committee, so they can bring their reports to the board meetings.
What was it? Can you say that one more
To
time?
notify the committee chairs as well when our board meetings are. The
Okay.
director meetings, because we are notified just so they can know when they have to bring in their reports if they're available.
So when we send out that email saying the board packets are available, you want us to include the committee chairs?
It's probably a good idea,
We can do that, that's easy.
because I think that's one of the responsibilities that chairperson is supposed to have, and like I said, I missed the last meeting only because it wasn't on my calendar.
That'll help.
I plug it all into my calendar so it comes up, and so I know what to do on any given day.
No problem.
Okay, thank you. Steve, Martha, any further comments as far as just,
Nothing for me.
Director Saunders, Director Sobel, any further comments? Information?
No, thank you. I had some, but it's tabled and I'm gonna
I
do
information,
some offline.
but it's coming, so the exciting stuff we'll eventually have in front of the finance committee down the road will be that, the trust to look at for, building up our unfunded liability where we pay out of that for our PERS, and then we can, build up the years when it's, the percentage is lower, so.
Good idea.
And then there will be a discussion on using property tax for some fixed rates and some other stuff, so that'll be kind of the discussion.
Okay. All right, nothing further than I think the next meeting, it says February 26th at 2 p.m.
So I'm out of town.
Okay,
I can probably call in, remote in, if that works. Jessica, on the 26th.
We can only approve that if you tell us where you're gonna be.
St. Petersburg, Florida.
oh, that's nice.
And
Would that work? I'll be in a private home.
Yes, it'll work.
but
Yeah.
we need to know if that'll work to have the meeting, basically, because you're the
26th,
the core.
Right.
Yeah,
The quorum was, the majority will still be here in person, so it'll be, and I'll be in DC, so I'll have to
call in.
call in as well. Depending on what's going on.
Okay. So I will call in.
Good,
You
okay.
just have to.
For
pay
sure.
your address.
Yeah, you just have to,
I have to post the address.
but you have to post the address, you have to
Make it
make sure if there's anybody over 18 that you tell us who they are, you have to, I think there's a few other things you have to do, but it's great. It'll work just fine.
I'll be in a private room.
I think technically you have to make it available to the public.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, okay.
You could post on your private room door, meeting in progress.
Okay.
Please knock
And when do I have to let you know the location? Oh,
before we post the agenda.
okay,
It has to be on the agenda.
okay. Okay.
There we go.
I doubt anybody's gonna go.
I might go to St. Petersburg. Okay, if there is nothing further, we have motion to adjourn.
Second?
I make a motion, we adjourn, he second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Aye. Okay.
And then say the time.
And the time is 2:45. Thank you.